And right now we've got Eric Froehlich in the feature match area, right now ready to go. Let's head on down. All right, here's Efro in the finals, drafting for his team. Let's see what he's got opened up here. I saw a Sphinx in there, Juggernaut.
Not a very exciting pack, Marshall.
No, but the Cloud Raider Sphinx is a good one. There's also a Fire Intervention and then the colorless Juggernaut. So some options.
Yeah, I think the Juggernaut's a little bit worse than either of the colored cards, but if you don't want to take any, color commitments right off the bat, then Juggernaut's a fine one.
Do you have a fear of commitment, Kenji?
No.
You definitely don't.
I think I lean towards the Sphinx, but looks like Eric likes the removal spell here.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. Just most powerful spell, I think, is just the Sphinx. But removal is at an absolute premium, as it always is in booster draft. But specifically here, if your team ends up with all the answers, you're in a much better position than the opposing team. There's a Kazarov. That is a bomb.
Ooh.
Kazarov's a bomb that can finish the game in the extreme late game, assuming that you can activate it. Beyond that, it's just kind of an inefficient card.
I think Shivan Fire's easy pick here.
Not even close.
Yeah. Deathbloom Thallid is a very good common, though, one of the better black commons for sure. But after taking a fiery intervention, there's no reason not to just jam the Shivan Fire here.
Yep. Also, it's the only removal spell in the pack. And I think that was true of both of these packs. And you can start to think of things in kind of a macro level when it comes to team drafting, because remember, you are taking away potential picks from your team.
Absolutely.
Or from your opponents, excuse me. So, again, there is a world where everybody on Efro's team takes all the removal, and they lay out their pool of cards, and they just see, well, we've got 9 removal spells, and you have 2. And I kind of like that team better. Looks like a Keldon Raider here, third pick. Nothing really exciting for him. See my favorite common in the set back there, but on color, Keldon Raider, fine card.
Memorial to Unity, also another consideration if you wanted to branch out, but again, no reason to take a non-red card here.
Fro's got the glasses on too. This is
he's serious.
Business mode, yep.
Ooh, a fungal infection. Trickster. Okay, some blue cards here still.
Interesting. Merfolk, Trickster, and a fungal infection a little late in the pack, and there's also a deep freeze.
Well, the nice thing about taking blue cards here is that they pair really nicely with your red. You have the Get-To Chroniclers, you just have Wizards in general, so a lot of reasons to take blue cards here when you already have 2 good red removal spells.
That's right, and that Merfolk Trickster goes right into that deck as it accomplishes multiple things for the Wizards deck. It is a Wizard itself.
Yes.
And also, it's a good tempo play that adds to the board, which is often what Wizards want to do.
I like the Memorial to Genius here over the Sulphur Falls, honestly.
Oh, I agree with you.
That is another late Deathbloom Thallid, though, and again, it's one of the better black commons and something that might be a signal for sure, but we'll have to see what Eric opts to do, because the only blue card he has is that Trickster, right?
Yeah.
So, could definitely see him taking something else.
He did not take the Sphinx.
Okay.
Pack one, pick one, remember? Yeah. Oh, there's a Divination. Dark Bargain and a Skin Witch. Black does look pretty open here. There's a Vidalian Arcanist in the pack as well, which is another wizard.
Yeah, I lean towards the Divination here, as the Vidalian you can usually pick up pretty late anyways, although that card has been doing a lot of overtime work today.
Which one? The Arcanist?
Yeah. So you've seen it a surprising amount, I think. But then again, it just goes so well into the sealed decks just because you want those wizards, and it's a 2-drop that can block pretty well.
Here's another Skin Witch. There's also a Blood Tallow Candle.
It's fine. It's not amazing.
Pretty bad.
I think he takes the candle over the Warcaller for sure. You don't need a random bear, especially that one in the blue-red decks.
Yeah, that card has such a minimal impact, and he's going to go for that candle. Opt, perhaps?
Yeah, he could get cute with the Orcish Vandal, but I don't think Eric's going for cute here. He's just trying to smash him.
Agree. And the blue-red Wizards deck tends to play very proactively and is able to pile on quite a bit of damage. So he's going to go ahead and take that. Rescue.
Ooh, the Precognition Field.
Precognition Field. There can be a sort of a spells-based blue-red deck that exists in the format also that's a little less on the actual Wizard synergies, but you're still playing a lot of the cards that say Wizard on them.
Yeah, that's kind of more of a hedge. I think I like taking Befuddle there. Like in the blue-red Wizards deck, your red creatures are often 4 power, right? You have Cyclops or Keldon Raider, and the Befuddle can often just act as a good removal spell that cycles.
Sure. All right, pretty easy pickup here, I think. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. There's also a Blood Tallow Candle. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and take that. I was actually looking at the
Arcane Flight. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people with turtles enchanting them up, suiting them up.
Yeah, and even just getting in a big hit with a Keldon Raider, Arcane Flight
Right.
just for a turn can be the difference. Don't do it, Fro. You monster. All right. He does pick up a couple of artifacts to end things. So how do we like this pack so far, Kenji?
Not too shabby. He started off really strong with some removal spells, picked up a few blue cards, even though black might have been a little bit more open, but I think the blue and red mesh a little bit better than the red and black if he was going to go down that.
Anybody?
We haven't seen any.
No, he could use them, though.
Yeah, that's one of the more important cards, at least one of your more valuable red commons.
And he is well set up to take at least some advantage of it.
Fine start overall. Nothing. It's not exciting though. You're not jumping for joy. But he didn't really pass much, right? There's just the 2 Deathbloom Thalids, 2 Caligo Skin Witches, so some black cards, but nothing that says, "Hey, watch out."
All right, pack number 2 incoming here for Eric Froehlich. Here in our finals draft, there's the Cloud Reader Sphinx. He pulls that one to the front. Skittering Surveyor. Ooh, settle the score in this pack as well. This is a pretty powerful pack. The rare, nothing too great there, just Joda.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, just because Eric's already been valuing the blue and red cards over the black cards we've seen already, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take the Sphinx here over the Settle the Score, even though Settle seems like a better card.
Yeah,
overall.
It is a better card, I think.
Question
the really
is,
interesting one to me is the Skittering Surveyor.
Sure.
Simply because it is colorless, and every deck at the table will be able to use it. And it actually can act as quite a bailout in a team draft where if you've properly cut your opponents or maybe put them in a couple of different colors and then cut them off or whatever, that can bail them out.
Oh, yeah.
That can turn a train wreck of a draft into something that looks actually kind of good. Wow, this pack got a lot worse than the other one.
Real bad. He might just take the Urza's Tome.
Yeah, Urza's Tome. There was also Joyra's Familiar. Oof. Not really where you want to be.
Yeah.
This is not the one.
Even the other drafters at the table aren't going to have too much fun with this pack.
No.
He might just hate on something too. Yeah, that makes sense if he wants to take the Tiana.
Yeah, he's just going to hate it. It's completely off color for Eric's deck at this point. Although he did just pick up the Surveyor.
Yeah, well, he has the red, right?
Yeah,
so
maybe he could just splash it.
All right, some nice green cards. I doubt he's going to take the Antiquities War. That card requires a little bit too much work.
Definitely. It's a build around that requires a lot of picks to make it work. And remember, we're also only a 6-player pod here, so there's just fewer total number of cards open. It makes that even more difficult. I think he's going to go for the snap where he has pulled to the front.
Yeah, it looks like that. Just a good win con. We were talking about it earlier. Keldon Overseer, another consideration maybe, but I think he'd rather take the consistent turtle.
There's another opt and a reproach. This is getting a little interesting.
Also a Journey Mage in the pack if he wants to stay red. The Get 2 Journey Mage.
Okay.
It's also on the Wizards theme. And that's true though. He is passing a Reproach and a Spider, cards that are much better than the Journey Mage, but he might just want to take a few cards for his deck at this point.
Let's see what he takes, because he did take Tiana. He's going to take opt.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so he took he did take the Skittering Surveyor and the Tiana. So, he could be eyeballing a white spot. Oh, how about Joyra Weatherlight, Captain?
Yeah, you know what? He's going to take her, I feel, but it's not that good in his deck right now.
Is that right? He does have a few. What are the historic triggers he has?
He has the Skittering Surveyor, right? He has the Tiana if he ends up splashing.
Yeah. Is that it?
He might have another artifact. I mean, he's going to take it anyways.
He has a
two of them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jake.
How do you like that? Double trouble.
Hill Giant with upside. Relic Runner, Scholar.
He could take a short sword.
I don't think he's going to take that just because he has Joyra now.
I'm just saying. I like Scholar here myself. The card's actually performed way better than I thought it would have.
It has been,
yeah. At first glance. It's still not great, but it's a playable. Like, you see that card on the battlefield, and did not really expect that. There's that Joda. Oh, deep freeze?
And the deep freeze, yeah.
Hey, he'll take that.
I think so. Now remember, he's still open to the idea of splashing white, though, with Tiana and the Skittering Surveyor. So
Joda could actually make it?
Mm-hmm.
How many cards in this pack right now?
7, it looks like. Maybe.
So if it's the last card? I think there was.
I think somebody will take it.
I think there was
8.
a Skirk
There were 8
Prospector.
total. Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Befuddle.
There's your boy Befuddle.
Yeah, Rescue not so good in Eric's deck.
No.
Fervent Strike, again, doesn't seem amazing.
No.
But he just doesn't really have the wizard payoff cards, you know?
No, he really doesn't. We haven't seen a single Chronicler, right?
Nope. He's taking Antiquities War here. This pack did not really help Eric out all that much. Okay, wait, with Antiquities War, maybe the double Power Stone. He picked one up late in the last pack, Marshall.
Attack you for a bunch? Just go for the Mox.
Yeah.
It's a free 5/5.
There you go, 2-3 again. Draws a card off of Joyra, by the way, the Amberwood.
That's true.
And it would add mana with the Joyra. Oh, wait, he already has a compass, too.
He has 2 compasses.
Okay. Could he do the Antiquities War
Joyra, Antiquities War, double compass?
And because he's taken those ops over some of the other cards he could have taken, you know, he could kind of go for that strategy, just dig for the important pieces.
I don't know if I can do this,
Okay.
Kenji. I'm not ready for this.
Well, what else is he doing right now? Like, he has Precognition Field, Antiquities War, Joyra.
Is he just going super deep?
I mean, yeah, he has to.
He's not winning any other way, is
No,
he?
he's not. Holy moly.
Are we going to see it? He's looking at his options.
He doesn't have many right now.
If he does do that, he very well may have a viable game plan. The problem that he faces is that he needs to draw the Antiquities War and or Joyra basically every game.
Yes. Well, so he has some nice thinning. He has some nice search.
Yeah, double opt. He's got
Divination, yeah.
Right?
The Precognition Field can actually do some work in his deck as well.
I assume that he's not just getting killed. Do you feel like he passed much that pack? You said you weren't super excited about what it did for him, but
just some of the ops he took over. I guess some other relevant spells. He could have taken some creatures. He could have dipped into a different color. Like, he hasn't seen much red at all beyond his initial first 2 picks, right?
not much.
Like, when you're not getting Chroniclers, that's a pretty bad sign that red might not be there as an open color.
Wow, Antiquities War deck here in the finals. Is this actually going to happen?
That would be his 3rd Scholar. Particle Under. Okay. Oh, Helm of the Host.
Helm of the Host. He's not a particularly creature-dense deck, but boy, that card just slams the door.
Yeah, he's considering maybe hating on the Slimefoot. Eldest Reborn also pulled up there, but
He can't. I mean, even if he doesn't play the Helm, he can't pass it.
I mean,
come on. It's teamed, right? You can't pass a colorless bomb.
Yeah.
Don't try to talk me out of this one, Kenji. Got to do it. He'd get yelled at, I'll tell you that. And he'd be the first one to yell at somebody else if they passed that card.
All right, Eric's still going to need some help here, though. Wizard's Retort. Oh, no.
There's a compass back there.
Oh, no. Well, that's going to wheel anyway, so he doesn't have to worry about that. I think the Retort's the pick, right?
I think so, too. He's got the Wizard some theme, so he can cast it for cheap sometimes. Plus, it's just a fine card. When people are saving up a lot of their mana to kick big spells, Wizard Retort is even a little better than it would normally be. And then occasionally you get the full-on counter spell rather than the cancel.
I think that might be the 3rd or 4th Mammoth Spider that Eric's seen now.
Could be a problem, although it doesn't block 5/5s very
well.
Oh, is that? Yes, Naru Meha Master Wizard somehow made it to Eric.
And, you know, it's...
This is 3rd pick?
I think so. Particularly good with ops just because, you know, the unseen extra text on Naru.
Yeah, never actually accomplished.
Right, but if you have some...
mana.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you, Kenji. And double opt is nice.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Free extra card, and you're kind of churning through your library. You can still do it on end step, which is often, or at any point on your opponent's turn, which is often when you want to cast Naru Meha.
Well, it's just a good combat trick, too. It eats the smaller creatures. It makes all your 2/3s into 3/4s, which are much more relevant in this format.
What a huge pickup for Eric.
That was a nice one. That was a gift.
That was a gift, because you're right. He was sort of in this, kind of vaguely in this Wizards theme, but didn't really have the payoffs, and now he just picked up one of
Goblin
the best
Barrage?
possible ones. Jeez.
Nice.
This is getting a little weird, isn't it? That's a 4th pick. Like, shouldn't somebody have just taken that away?
Well, so it's possible. It depends what else was in the pack. Obviously, it could be a strong pack, but he's also cut off as much as he could in terms of red and blue. So,
well, people aren't cutting him, I'll tell you that.
yeah.
He can pick up a mediocre 2-drop or a Sentinels here.
I think there was a Yawgmoth's Vial offering, right? Maybe consider hating on that one.
There is that. It is powerful, though very difficult to set up.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be more of a hate draft than considering splashing it. All right, Sentinels is the pick. It's not a wizard, but it's a fine card. Wow, a Drake too? Oof.
This has been a very strange pack. His deck has actually kind of veered right back more to the normal blue-red deck. Like, he may not need to run this wacky Antiquities War thing, because he's just gotten really hooked up this pack.
He
I'm
has.
actually
He's just gotten solid
surprised to
cards.
see some of these cards. There's another Tolarian Scholar in the pack. What else was there?
A Partic Wanderer, I think, might be a better pickup, just to go a little bit top-end heavier.
Yeah, it's a nice top-end card, and it does work with Joyra, and yeah, he's
going
going to
to
start
fungal.
hating.
Okay.
Yeah, Fungal Infection being in that pack, too, does surprise me a bit. It is a really solid card.
And we saw an Omnivore in the previous pack or the pack before it, too, so... Ugh, just nothing here.
Yeah, maybe just take the Krosan Druid or something like that.
Is that Chainer's Torment? Yeah, okay.
It is. He took the bird.
Not the word. Another Scholar. It could be up to like 6 Scholars if you just started taking them all.
I kind of like the 5 Scholar deck.
If you have Narumiha, then it gets a little bit better. But
he is considering Warlord's Fury as well, though decided against it.
Yeah, he's not running the Lava Runner Wizards deck, so having the extra instants and sorceries aren't all that relevant. Plus, he didn't see a single Chronicler, Marshall.
Yeah, I don't think he even had a chance for one, did he?
I don't think so.
Takes Voltaic Servant there with that pack. There's another Artificer's Assistant, though. I don't think the first one's really welcome, so he's going to go for the Keldon Warcaller. Hey, Opt came back.
Hey, there you go. I wouldn't be surprised if he's running every single Opt that he picked up this draft.
I wouldn't be either. That, has the effect of making your entire deck effectively smaller.
A little bit more consistent, yeah. And he's, again, digging for specific cards if he does go for the Antiquities War or Joyra route. Although, again, he's just going to run the Joyra as a value hill giant.
Eric holsters up those reading glasses as he goes back. Players are going to make sure to count, and you get to take a look at the players. Now, all the way across the table, you saw Petr Sahurik. He was in the red Habaruya shirt, and we're going to be watching him next as the players count up, spread out, and start to build their decks. We are going to get a chance to bring you recorded footage of Petr doing that. But before we do, I want to get your take on this one. Pack 3 was...
Yeah, Pack 3 was very, very good. It kind of bailed him out. I think Packs 1 and 2 were kind of middling. I don't think the first 2 packs really gave him what he wanted, and then he moved away from that strategy at the end because he was just getting good, solid cards overall. So
yeah, and the thing to keep in mind at home as well is that this is team draft.
Yeah.
So, all right, we've got a commercial all set up for you. When we come back, though, we're going to have Petr Sahurik's draft. Don't go anywhere.